Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. ولا تجزي العمياء ولا المقطوع ولا المقطوعة ولا مق ولا yeah مقطوعة اليدين برجلين, right? And the blind slave won't be suffice for this kafaris here. And no, those whose both hands are cut off or both feet are cut off. Then they'll fight the jinsul manfiati, because the thing that's lost here is the category of the benefit. In other words, now they can't. And what's the category? Will basru, will basru, or will mashu? And that is seeing, he can't see it all, right? Or it's grasping, he can't grasp because both his hands are cut off. Or walking, then she can't walk here because both his feet are, right? And this is a preventer. What is a preventer? When you lost a whole category of benefit. As of when the benefit is just deficient, فهو غير مانع, then it is not a preventer. حتى يجوز الأوراء, so much so that the one-eyed is permissible because you can still see although it's deficient. ومقطوعة إحدى اليدين وإحدى الرجلين من خلاف, and the one who one of his hands and one of his feet are cut off from opposite sides. You see, when it's cut off from one side and you can't maneuver, but when it's on opposite side and you can walk with crutches, right? لأنه ما فات جنس المنفعة بل اختلت, because the category of benefit is not lost, rather it is deficient only. بخلاف ما إذا كانتا مقطوعتين من جانب واحد, contrary to when they both are cut off, right? The one hand and the one foot is cut off from one side. حيث لا يجوز, in this way, it is not permissible لفوات جنس منفعة المشي, due to the losing of the category of the benefit of walking. إذ هو عليه متعذر, because now it's difficult for him to walk now when he's got one hand and one foot cut off from the same side, right? ويجوز الأصم, and the deaf person is permissible. والقياس ألا يجوز, qiyas demands that it shouldn't be permissible. ورواية النوادر, and there's also a nadir riwayat. لأن الفائدة جنس المنفعة, because the thing that's lost is the whole category of benefit. Hearing, it's a whole category, right? إلا أن استحسن الجواز, we have istihsanan, we have deemed it good. We have istihsanan, gave it permissible. Why? لأن أصل المنفعة باق, because the original benefit is still remaining. In other words, how? فإنه إذا صيح عليه لا يسمع, because if it is shouted by him, if you speak loud by him, then he would be able to hear. حتى لو كان بحال لا يسمع أصلا, so much so that if he's in such a condition that he cannot hear at all. And when that happens, بأن ولد أصم وهو الأخرس لا يجزيه, in this way that he was born deaf and he is dumb, then it won't suffice him. So what you understand from this is that one is you could hear, and then afterwards towards your old age you lost your hearing. But this here you can still, so when you lost your hearing in the sense that somebody speaks loud by your ear, then you can hear it, right? But one is a person is born deaf, then that person automatically is dumb also. You can't form words. If you're born deaf, then you're automatically dumb, right? ولا يجوز مقطوع بهامي اليدين, and the cutting, the one who's the two thumbs of his hands are cut off, it won't be permissible. لأن قوة البطش بهما, right? Because the strength of grasping is with the thumbs. فبفواتهما يفوت جنس المنفعة. So with losing these two thumbs here, the category of benefit is lost. ولا يجوز المجنون الذي لا يعقل, and the mad one who doesn't understand is not permissible. لأن الانتفاع بالجوارح, because taking benefit is with the limbs. لا يكون إلا بالعقل, cannot be except with aql. In other words, although the mad person, right, he's got strong limbs, nothing wrong with his limbs, but you can't benefit with your limbs if you don't have aql. You got that, right? فكان فائت المنافع. So this mad person now, he is a loser of all the benefits. Not only one benefit, but all the benefits is a loser of. وَالَّذِي يَجُنُّ وَيُفِيقُ يُجْزِيهِ. And that person who becomes mad sometimes and then he recovers sometimes and he will suffice. لأن الاختلال غير مانع, because this deficiency doesn't prevent. ولا يجزي عتق المدبر وأم الولد لاستحقاق ما الحرية بجهة. And the freeing of a mudabbar and a walad slave will not suffice due to them deserving freedom from one aspect. فَكَانَ الرِّقُّ فِيهِمَا نَاقِصًا. So the slavery in them is deficient. Right. وَكَذَا الْمُكَاتَبُ الَّذِي أَدَّى بَعْضَ الْمَالِ. Likewise, the mukatab slave who paid some money already. لِأَنَّ عِتَاقَهُ يَكُونُ بِبَدْلٍ. Because freeing him will be in exchange now, because you already receive money. Now this the slave you want to free on behalf of your kafara, it won't suffice because you already received money in exchange for his freedom. وَنَبِيهِ حَنِيفَةَ رَحْمَةً يُجْزِيهِ لِقِيَامِ الرِّقِّ مِنْ كُلِّ وَجْهٍ. This is a riwayat from Imam Buniva Rahmullah. It will suffice due to the existence of slavery from every aspect. وَلِهَذَا تَقْبَلُ الْكِتَابَةُ الْإِنْفِسَاخَ. And for this reason, this kitabat here will accept being cancelled from the slave side. In other words, even though this is a riwayat from Imam Bani Rahmullah, he's saying that this slave here, even though he paid some money, he'll still suffice on behalf of a kafara zihar. Why? Because this mukatab slave is still a total slave. So much so that if that mukatab slave throws in the towel, then he goes back into total slavery. You understand? He goes back to the. But remember, the master can't cancel it because he received money already. So the infisakh is to take place from the abd. You understand it? بخلاف أمومية الولد والتدبير. Contrary to the walads and the mudabbars, لأنهما لا يحتملان الانفساخ, because they don't carry the possibility of being cancelled from the side of the walad or from the mudabbar. فإن أعتق مكاتبا فإن أعتق مكاتبا لم يؤدي شيئا جازا. And if he freed a mukatab would not pay anything as yet, then it's permissible. خلافا للشافعي رحمه الله, contrary to Imam Shafi رحمه الله, له أنه استحق الحرية بجهة الكتابة فأشبه المدبرة. Imam Shafi says that this mukatab slave, even though he didn't pay anything, right? He says he deserves freedom from the side of the kitabat. So he resembles a mudabbar slave. ولنا أن الرق قائم من كل وجه على ما بينا. Our dalil is that the slavery is existing from every aspect, right? Upon that which we have explained, right? In other words, what did we explain? Because he didn't pay anything, right? ولقوله عليه السلام المكاتب عبد ما بقي عليه درهم. Right. And because of Nabi Karim's same statement, the mukatab will remain a slave as long as there is a dirham upon him. Right. Wal kitabatu la yunafihi. Wal kitabatu la yunafihi. Okay, to check the thing. Leave it till there, right? We'll see that now next time. الكتاب لا ينافر رقة. لا ينافر رقة. That's what it's referred to. But I will do that again, inshallah, now and then.